May Jesus and Mary be loved by all hearts. This is another little promo video. Are you aware that we have a new saint on the way to Rome, hoping that her cause will go forward? Annella Zervas was born in Moorhead, Minnesota in April 1900, and she entered the Benedictine convent up in Collegeville and was one of, hundreds of Benedictine sisters in the days when it was just a massive source of Benedictine spirituality. And she was set to become a school teacher. And she came from a very deeply Catholic family, the Zervas clan. And within so many years, not very long into her religious life, she came down with a terrible skin disease, and it affected her entire body. And they say she had extremely beautiful skin. And somehow she was susceptible to whatever this was. I'm not sure they ever really named it well, but she did end up in Mayo Clinic at one time, but they could not help her. And so she suffered tremendously. She was like completely inflamed and looked like a horrible leper from head to foot. And anytime she ate, it even became more inflamed. And so it was better if she didn't eat. So she was almost starving, and she was always desperately hungry. She was just amazing offering of herself. And the sisters were willing to take care of her, but her family said, she really can't serve the community anymore at one point. And so they said, we are willing to take her home and care for her, because it was a 24/7 job. And so the family did. And there were times when she would do some kind of treatment. I won't even go into the different treatments they tried, which gave a little hope, and then it was worse than ever. And so it was one thing after another. But I remember reading her life when I was a young religious in the Carmelite monastery in Minnesota, and I was just so edified. I mean, when people suffer a lot, it makes your own crosses, whatever they are, look, why can't I be more generous and cheerful and realize that this is for souls? And we just say yes to God and trust. And that's what we're promoting this with all of Mary's apparitions, because she's always asking us to offer our daily duties and whatever trials the Lord sends, and be cheerful and confident that this is God's way for us not only to sanctify ourselves, but he has plans for us to be fruitful for other souls. And we'll only see that in heaven. And what I loved about the book was not only Sister Annella's great heroism, but her family. It was a very Catholic family, and they had raised her in those Catholic virtues. So it was natural for the whole family to think that, yes, this is what we do. We offer things up, and we take what God sends, and we don't complain, and we trust that the Lord has a plan, and we encourage each other. And when God sends us the trial of caring for a family member who's sick, that is also a cross, and they embrace that wholeheartedly. So I think the whole family might be eligible for canonization. But I was so pleased when October 15th, the Feast of Teresa of Avila, I'm not sure why I didn't choose a Benedictine saint, that's last October, Bishop Andrew Cuzzens, in the Diocese of Crookston, where Sister Annella died, he opened her cause. And he did what was canonically proper to do the preliminary steps for her advancing her cause for canonization. And so as soon as that link was sent to me, I was so excited. So I went online to find the two books that I had read, which were written, one was written fairly soon after her death, and the other was released in the 1950s, but both books were excellent. And I couldn't really find them except in pieces. And so I found a way, got them scanned in. They're in public domain. So for Sister Annella, there were two books, and the shorter book is completely edited, and the PDF is ready to upload to the website. I have a person committed to reading it. We could use more readers. Readers are so important because people love audiobooks. They're listening in the car, we're listening while they're doing dishes, and we don't all have time to just sit down and read like we used to. And it's so nice to have an audio version. So I would love for anyone to come forward to help read these chapters. The longer book, I think, is also, actually, I should have checked before I started recording this. I just had an opportunity to record some promo videos. So the other one, Ticket to Eternity, is also, it's underway. I think I finished it, or maybe someone's editing it, but it didn't have to be translated. Of course, they were written in English in the United States. So they're in public domain. So I would love to offer those to you, but I really would like to offer audiobooks. So if anybody can step forward to do any reading for the Holy Facebook that I'll be promoting, that's not Mary Jane Zuzalo's, but the other one is Sister Marie St. Pierre, and that's also long in public domain. And then these two for Sister Annella. So if you want to read, it's really pretty easy. So I will do a little video right now on how to record an audiobook so that you will not be afraid to do it. May God bless you.